Hey everybody, you're on Warts and Models. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Okay, we're continuing our work on the P-39 Airacobra. And in today's stream, we're going to get a bit of a start on the black wash. I'm going to be preparing a small clip about the purposes and benefits of a black wash. For those who have either not seen the clip or are unaware of what I'm trying to achieve with this, the idea is that we start with these clear, ordinary looking plastic parts, and we put black paint over them and wipe it off. And the idea is we're going to bring up all the stuff that we can detail. It gives a much better ability to do that, and also brings up the panel lines, which will be very handy once we get to obviously doing our paint, because we want the panel lines to come through. All right, now there are a couple of pieces that may be a little interesting. One are these two polyurethane, well, two are in that context, I guess, not one, exhaust manifolds, which I'm quietly confident will be fine. More interesting, I'm kind of curious to see how it responds. The two doors on the side of the aircraft, whilst the glass obviously needs to be clear, the area underneath, which would be either on the interior, the side of the cockpit, or exterior, obviously the side of the fuselage, is also clear. Now I can tell you why they've done that. I would suggest that because the glass in the upper part of the door needs to be clear, it would be problematic to try and glue glass in there when you've got the other detail you want to come through. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of curious. Never tried this one before. This could be a true warts and all moment. But we'll see how that goes, and along the way you will you will hopefully see the benefits of the black wash. Now, before I do that, something I will make mention of, paint-wise, thick gluggy enamel. That is your weapon of choice in this purpose, or for this purpose. Different paints have different benefits. Look, heavy enamel is a good option here. Got something that's going to go into your grooves and stick around as you wipe it out, and you'll see. At least I hope you will. Now, when we start on this, I will also, actually I should probably get the second brush. The brush I will mainly use is this one. Once upon a time it was a good brush. It got hammered. Still has benefits, which is to say, broadly applying paint to things like fuselage, wings. I will also, now that I think about it, get a slightly smaller one. Maybe the reason I'll use that smaller one is, not surprisingly, the smaller pieces. This might slap some of them around a bit in a way you don't want. We'll run with this one. Yes, we will. That one will do nicely. That's actually quite a fine brush, but that's fine as well. As you said that, in as much as, excuse me a moment. Point redefined a bit. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. And we've got this finer brush for things like, as you can imagine, glugging. If you're going to wipe it off, you paint onto things like that, or other small parts, basically all bits where you're going to need to just get rid off. You're not going to want to go, oh my, there's a whole stack on there. You want a small portion. All right. So now what I'll probably do is I'll actually get those two out of the way first, I reckon. My reasoning for that is that, well, they're the two that are kind of experimental, and as such, might as well as see how they come up first out. Now, what I'll do, I'm going to get a quick coffee. Said it before, and I'll say it again. As a chubby bald man, I probably shouldn't have Homer Simpson in my cup. Oh! Oh! Other thing I'm going to strongly recommend for this practice, roll those sleeves up. There's paint going to be going around here, people. Paint can get messy. But yeah, you get the picture. Now, what I might do is I'm actually going to get a little bit of blue tack for putting, there we go, our polyurethane on. While there is a third polyurethane part there, that's for a version of the kit that we're not doing, so that doesn't matter. But when we go, here's the thing, whilst you are going to wipe the paint off if you do this, remember, it is paint. It is going to be sticky. Don't go, oh, that's dry now, put it inside my fingers. It's still wet. It's a thing. It's, dare I say it, paint. Now, let's get that out of the way. We'll start with the polyurethane. But first, I have to get that out of the way again. But first, now, this is another brush, obviously. Sole purpose stirring enamel. Look, brushes can be great for a while, but there comes a time when, yeah, out of pasture they go. What's the line from that movie? I keep thinking something to do with Old Yellow, I don't know. Either way, big one, it's time to give it a guard now. And there we go. The bottom line in this instance, excuse me while I just wipe that up. The bottom line is that sometimes your brushes have had their day. Get that out of the way. There's a bit of a small tip for you. If you haven't had the joyous experience of opening a lid of something and then finding said it's stuck to your arm, but what happened to you? Just move your lids out all the way. It's not that hard. Now, I'll have to get this one. Now, so we go ding, a bit more than that. Now, so we're going to get all this on. And we've pretty much covered that. Now, our next move, so I've done this with polyurethane, as I've said, is, there you go. Now, I don't know if that makes any difference to how you've perceived said piece before. You can certainly see, let's get that the wings will be a bit easier for you to see the point of, but you can possibly see there how it defines things a bit more. There. Now, here's a bit of a test. Actually, before I do that, here's a plan. I have a cunning plan. Okay. Here's our wings as yet untouched, yeah? So, we get our paint. And in this instance, we'll just hit this little portion down here. Now, I don't need to go all the way through here. In fact, now when you're doing this, don't do the whole lot of a wing in one go. Now, hopefully, let's see how this comes up. Yes, there we go. Now, if I hold this, if I hold it here, actually, compare and contrast how clearly you can see the lines there as opposed to there. See how they come right up? I'm trying to hold it. They come right up, yeah. Now, yes, that is a little darker there than there. That's not going to matter when you put the paint on. It's in the main coats. And it will actually, what will also happen with this is that the panel lines, and that to me is one of the big things, really come up very nicely on the whole Airacobra. More paint. And I'll walk that off. And you want to try and get your, yeah, you see how, okay, right, they've got a lot of heavy shading. That's okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but there we go, there we go, there we go. You also don't want to get too heavily into that. As I've said before, look, at the end of the day, you're going to be putting another coat of paint on top of this, but you and most of that could be mistaken as, well, you can cover it up with a bit of weathering. If it looks too grungy, you cover it up with a bit of weathering anyway, because that's actually where there's some air vents. So, hey, they're going to look grungy. Once you've done that weathering, yeah, guys. Now, once I've done this wing, the underside of this wing, give me a moment. And you can see it's actually quite a time-consuming process, because as far as it goes, you pretty much got to cover the better part of yeah, and there. I don't actually like it. I don't think that's stable in actuality. Maybe I'd be better. If in doubt, don't. What's the possibility of my first A-grade coach? If in doubt, don't. The idea being that if you doubted your ability to do something, then you're probably already halfway to failing, because you'd already got yourself in that mindset. It's a pretty sound piece of advice. In this instance, I had doubts about the ability of this to stay in there. If it hadn't done, it probably would have fallen onto my trousers and maybe my shirt. Maybe I shouldn't do that, so that's why I move it down. Use a clever little bunny. Yeah! Sorry, I'm waffling, guys. Probably as much as anything else, because at the end of the day, it's not that much to talk about whilst doing this. Because at the end of the day, you just apply your paint, you wipe it off. It's a pretty straightforward operation. Now, oops, it is a messy operation because you will get some on your hands. That's what thinner is for, and washing your hands is for, people. Right. Now, however, okay, there's our wing, and you can see how much detail we can actually glean off of that, I think. Maybe if I move you guys just a little more towards, try to see if I can get a good amount of light. There we go. You can see how much detail we've brought up. Compare that to say the upper part of the aircraft. There's a big difference, I'm sure you'll agree. You have to be careful with this because obviously I don't want to get any on the glass. Nervous times, kids. Let's see how we go. Cover me, I'm going in. Now, and nervous. Didn't make that many odds, I don't think. Maybe it did, I don't know. Let's see what happens after we've done the other side. This might make a difference. Yeah, that's the side that's going to have the detail come up on it, I think. Ah, success! Oh, nice. All right. Here we hang on that way. And all right. There's the top door. Is the one you can even actually see how it's brought some detail up as opposed to the bottom door, which has none. Awesome. Really pleased with how that worked. Now, that's cool. That really is very cool, guys. I'm very happy about that. As you may have gathered. I think this is the other side that requires bigger detail. That, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, man. That's going to look real nice when it comes up. Because now we've got, as you can see on, hang on, give you a bit of a better angle. You can see both doors have a few little bits that we can start going, right, well, that's a certain item there and so on. It is going to be harder to see than you might on a solid form, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy with how that's come up. This is the dashboard. So we can coat that. You're under. Oh, nice though. Yeah, baby. Let's see if I can show what the joy is. Ah, fantastic. Right, there. You can see how by using the black wash, those details are going to come up really nicely. Now that is exactly the outcome I was looking for. Very happy with that. Give me a moment. And look, you know, seriously, if things come up really nicely with your black wash, it helps really. I find I get very excited about what I see sometimes. Because you can see the detail you get to work with, and that's always a good thing. That always gets me going, oh, detail, oh, detail. Now, here we go. Oh, look at that. Yep, baby. That's the ticket. Yeah, look at all the detail on those wheels, guys. So when I hit that with a bit of aluminium, boom shakalaka. Got plenty of detail to work with. That'll come through sweetly. Yeehaw. This is the stuff that we're trying to get achieved by doing a black wash. And at the moment it's coming up a treat. Like that. Yep. Again, there's that contrast between what you can see on the bit you've given the black wash and the bit you can't see because you haven't. Because we haven't yet. One good time. Before I call it done for this stream, given that I'm planning on probably doing another one a bit later on this afternoon, with an impromptu one. I'll just be on. Everybody wanting to see me can. I'm going to do the cockpit floor. Alrighty. Now, cockpit floor is black, and then we're done. And you do need something like get your finger like that inside to get into the grid bits here. There we go. Nice. All right. Now, hopefully you can see. Here we go. There's our cockpit floor. You can see we've got a couple of little buttons there that have come up very nicely for us. It's on a slightly raised platform. There's a couple of little bits here. But you can see how the black wash really has helped very much. Fantastic. All right, now I'm going to let this stuff dry, and as I said, I'll be back for another stream later today. Excuse me, guys, and I will. Yeah, so I'll be back later today. Idea being that I'll finish this and I will do some editing, and we'll get this black wash video uploaded. And in the meantime, feel free to continue to watch my vids. A YouTube channel will be up hopefully later today with this vid. And yeah, that's what else I should mention. Other media, you can track me down on Facebook. Go to Rob's Builds on Facebook. Track me down on Twitter. I'm Rob the Builder. You can track me down on Instagram, whereupon it's warts and all models. And I think that's us done. Right, that being so, I'll be back later today. And if I am Not back later today, but well, regardless, I'll be back tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel.